Hi everyone, it's Diane. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you back. Glad that you stopped by to make a card with me. If you're new, welcome. I hope you are inspired or get some ideas for maybe a stamp set that you may already have. I'm working on a project called Stampin' A to Z, and I am using stamp sets that I have in my collection, trying to make sure that I've used every one of them. So we started with A's. We're up into, well, we started at the beginning and at the end, working towards the middle. So from the end, we're up to a wild rose. To a wild rose is, it's actually a 3-step stamp set. It's always so hard for me to say. You could use just 2 of the stamps if you want to do your outline in a solid and then maybe your shading in a lighter color. I've actually done both here. This is just using 2 of the stamps, the outline, and then the 1 shading stamp. This is using all 3. This is using, I think I did Mary Merlot on the outside for the outline, and then Real Red Full Strength for the shading, and Real Red Stamped Off for the rose color. So that's already part of what we're doing. I saw a lady do a technique that I'm sure is not new, but I've never done it. I hardly have any room here. I have so much stuff out, and I don't put it away because I want to let you know what I'm using. She dry embossed her flowers. So she embossed them without an embossing folder. So we're going to give that a try. I did save a piece of paper out here so that I can show you how I stamped the rose, and then we'll go on to make the card. I tried to do a few things ahead of time. Cammie, my old girl, has had a rough couple of days here. So I'm trying to focus on this, and every time I hear her scoot around down there, I kind of have run down there to see what she needed. Because, excuse me, of course, start the video and I got a cough. Because this rose is a little bit more of an intricate design, this could take you a minute. I cheat. I use little Sharpie pens, and after I've got them lined up, I have a Sharpie mark near where each one of these layers will line up. It's not exact, but it gives me an idea of where to start so that I don't have to keep sitting here twisting my stamps around trying to figure out where they go. This also had a coordinating die set, a wild rose die set. I guess you probably could have gathered that from the roses that I had cut out. It has this beautiful label and a little bit of a latticey die. I cut those out of a parchment vellum that I have just because I like them, and I thought maybe I could use this on the card. I don't have the design done in my head yet, so I'm not really sure what we're doing. It also has this great label die in it, and I did one of those out of vellum, the parchment vellum, as well as out of my cardstock, because again, don't know where I'm going. And I cut a couple of those small leaves out of the vellum. So let's stamp our rose and see if we can do one of these, and then we're going to do it on a small piece of basic white that will be our card front. This is Mary Merlot that I'm starting with to do the outline, and I'm just trying to keep that Sharpie mark towards the top of my paper. Okay. Oh, and didn't I put it in the Mary Merlot? I don't want Mary Merlot for the fill. I want real red. I wanted a little bit of a lighter red for this. to tell me, I don't know if it's me. As I'm getting older, I'm really finding it difficult to open these inks. I pulled out shaded spruce to use for the leaves, and I could hardly get that thing open. Maybe it's my stamp pad. I don't know. Okay, this is Real Red. This is the detail part of it. So I'm keeping this one full string. Let's move this down a little bit, so I can see. And then, clean this off. And of course I hear Ella out there running around like crazy because I kicked her out of the craft room because she's a maniac. And then this is that full colorful background of the rose. That's Real Red, but I'm stamping off one time and that doesn't look like it's stamped off evenly. And again, I have my little Sharpie mark to help me kind of guide. Isn't that pretty? I like it. Now, can we do it on our panel that will go onto the front of our card? Because I think I want to do it twice, and then our third rose will be the embossed one that's going to stand up on our card a little bit. This background paper is from that set that I shared with you that was part of Celebration. Softly Stippled Designer Series paper. It's the back of this greeny, I think this is the wheat, the new wheat color. And so that's what I was going to use as my background. I cut my basic white at 3 3/4 by 5 because I want to see a little bit of that background paper, but I also cut a smaller one. And this one was 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 because I didn't know if I wanted to see more of that background than I think I do. So I have 3 of these flowers cut out. Let's just see how they're going to fit. If I stamp 2 onto my card, and then we'll put the third one, I think they'll fit on this. Okay, so let me set that one aside so I remember what measurements I need to give you. And this was 4 3/4 because I'll put these measurements in the description box. But by the time I get there, I will forget. 3 1/2. Oh, I was going to show you a couple cards too. All right, let's do our roses first, and then I can do some show and tell. Clean piece of scrappy paper. I'm going to put under my basic white just in case I go off the edge of the paper. It's always a possibility. All right, so back to Mary Merlot. And this one I'm going to put what I'm calling the top of my flower up here. And then I'll put the top of my flower facing left. And I'm just saying this out loud to myself so that I know, excuse me, when I go to use my other 2 stamps, where I'm lining them up. Okay, on to Real Red. Let's rid of this before I put my hand in it. Real Red. The detail. Full strength. Top of my card facing up. Yes, full strength. Before I stuck it down there, I was just thinking to myself, wait, did I want to do that? Yep, I do. Okay, and then full strength on the left. Okay. And my husband, oh my goodness. I swear he knows when I'm coming to do my videos because he's texted me twice and he just called. So I did give him a heads up and said I'm going to be recording in a minute. All right, now these are the background color. So I want to stamp this off. And where's my top? Oh no! Klutzy fingers! Oh, okay. That's why there's two sides to every piece of cardstock. Right? Ah! Where'd my mirror? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where'd my Merryweather logo now? Jeez Louise. Practice makes perfect. All right. To the top. And to the side. That's because my hands do not work like they used to. My fingers just don't feel things the way they used to, and my grip is horrid. When I'm stitching at night, I'm constantly looking, and hubby just teases. He's like, "Did you drop a needle again?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably I did. Close up the Mary Merlot. Get my detail in Real Red to the top. There it is. It's just helping me line it up. Full strength. To the left, full strength. There we go. There's a little bit more down and to the left, not really just to the left. Okay. Okay. Clean that one off. And full background color. Not dropping it on the card. Stamping it off one time. Can we get it lined up? I can't get my head under here. That doesn't seem right. Oh wait, is it this way? It is. It's this way. Oh, I think I have my Sharpie mark a little bit off on this one. That's pretty by itself. Can you see that rose? It's kind of pretty. Stamp that one off. Red is, I think, my enemy anyways. We had our stamp class the other night. That's a couple of the cards I was going to show you. And one of the gals there said, "Hey, did you bring red ink with you?" No, you know what? I never even thought about it. But maybe subconsciously, I didn't bring red on purpose because I always have such a mess with red. I know I did a card class with a group of ladies the one time, and it was at someone's house. And they were Christmas cards, so we had Real Red and Mary Merlot going everywhere. And I looked, and they had red ink all over this lady's counter, on her tabletop. And I was like, oh my Lord, what am I going to... So they're trying to finish their cards while I'm cleaning up all the ink. I will show you. These were the cards from the card class that we had the other night. We did a thank you, a happy birthday, and we did what could be either a Valentine's Day or an anniversary card or whatever. And then last night we had our stamp and play with my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in California, and we made a gift card holder. So this might be one that we do on a video. Okay, now let's figure out, oh, no, next we're going to do a little technique. No. Next we're going to give these guys some leaves. My paper that I'm using is Lost Lagoon, and I did cut a Lost Lagoon card base. Lost Lagoon is an old color of Stampin' Ups that they brought back. This is also the color that I forgot to order any ink or paper. I kept thinking it was Marina Mist, and when I was putting my order in. So I ended up not getting the Lost Lagoon. So I don't have Lost Lagoon to use as ink for my leaves. So I thought maybe I would use some Shaded Spruce, which seems to look really pretty beside this. I'm glad I grabbed that one anyway because I'll need my measurements. So I'm going to do one of these on scrap paper first here and see how stamp it off one time and fill in the leaves, and I think that's going to be just perfect. So, oh, I guess I need this back over here, my messy paper. Sorry, I know it's hard to see when I do that, but I don't want to get ink on my foam pad underneath. So we need the detail leaves. Again, I'm doing this in Shaded Spruce. And you know what I'm going to do? I don't really want that stem. So I'm going to try to clean that off and just have the leaves. By this one. Might not matter anyway because I think that's where I'm going to put my raised flower. This is Shaded Spruce in full strength. I'm just taking the ink off of that little stem piece right there. Okay. Clean stamp is a happy stamp. Now we need the little filler inner. Same thing, I don't want that stem. And I'll stamp that off. Line it up. hoping I'm on camera. Again, we'll stamp it off, fill it in. And one more time, and sorry, that's my glasses hitting my overhead light here if you hear a little clanky clank. And I did not make die cut leaves to go with this. I have a feeling it's going to start getting really crowded once we put our greeting on the front, so I didn't add to that. All right, let's just put some of this stuff away. I'm getting quite a few stamps sitting out here. And that's going to lead to trouble with a capital T. I used Blessed as my greeting for this card. I thought we can layer that up one way or another here and make a pretty greeting. Oh, stuck to the wrong thing. All right, and close up my ink so I don't have green more than I already do on my fingers. Put some of that away just to avoid. I'm going to grab a wipey for my hands and I'll tell you why. When I watched this lady do her video, and wait, I have her name here, Jackie Vandersar Boot, and she is a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. At least she was when I saw her video, and this was like a 2020 video that she had. This stamp set was from like 2019. Back in the days of Terracotta Tile and Peacock Parade. Peacock's back though. I like Terracotta Tile. Wish that it kind of brought that one back. All right, so let's take one of the ones that, we'll do two of them, that I already die cut. And what she did, and this is why I wanted to rinse my hands, she spritzed the back of them with alcohol. I was afraid if I spritzed them with alcohol and I had ink on my hands, I would be splattering this all over. She used alcohol because alcohol, of course, will dry quicker than water. I didn't put a lot in here, so my bottle's going to be a little cranky with me. There we go. And then she used her stylus. This stylus has very small ends. I'm lucky enough I have this other one and has a larger ball end on it. I don't know if you can see that. And then she just started making little circles around the outside edge of her flower. I did use thick basic white. I don't know if she did or not. Oh, it's starting to curl. So the moisture from the alcohol has softened my paper a little bit, and it's allowing it to bend. But she did not do the center of her flower. I should make sure my ink's not, okay. I was a little concerned about the alcohol. Wasn't quite sure what it was going to do to the ink if I got it on there. And it is taking a little bit of pressure. You know, this is not just a little light tap. So, how's everybody out there doing? It's been a hectic week here. We've had, let's see, we had a Lady Scouts meeting, had the card class, and I had my Stampin' Play class with Anne and the other ladies. Tried to finish up. I was making quilt scrap hearts for Valentine's for my ladies group dinner on Sunday. I have one more to finish. I finished my one stitching project and we got the prompts for the second one, so now I'm working on how I'm going to do that. And I had another one that I was doing that was 30 days of wool felt applique, and I think we're down to the last 2 days on that. Okay, then we flip it over, and she did the center on the front. Did some circles. And so what it's supposed to do, and it did, it curls the edges of the flower under. Gives it a little bit, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. It does give it a little bit of an embossed look. I'm wondering if I should have, might be sorry about this. I had a little boo-boo in my thumb. I might be crying in a minute. Get some alcohol in that baby and I might be whimpering like a puppy. Maybe this would have gone a little faster if I wouldn't have used the thick cardstock, but you don't know until we try it, right? Ooh, get there. That's been just a little too far. What else is going on? Oh, that's kind of pretty. Let's see how this one comes out. I think we will avoid my thumb a little bit there. Ooh, maybe it's good I did use the thicker because that almost started to tear. I don't know which one of these I'm going to use. One has the 3 colors and one has the 2 colors. So we'll see here in a minute. Never really used, well, I have used this little stylus before when I was using, ooh, see that did soak through there a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to do too much on that. I think I got this one too wet. If you don't have a stylus, I'll show you another trick that you can do. I really just wanted to try this. If you have your bone folder, you can use it just to break the fibers in the paper and curl your flower, the petals of your flower underneath a little bit this way. And then you can use just any, like a pen or whatever you have. Let's see, I want a pen with a, this might work. And just sort of do the same thing in the center of your flower to make it go down in the middle a little bit. And that kind of curls your leaves under too. This just made it a little bit more of an embossed look and feel to it. I kind of like it. I kind of like that. I think my center is ripping though. I was going to say where the ink bled a little bit. That's kind of pretty. Is that just me liking something weird? I don't know. What was I saying? Gosh. I don't know. Don't know. All right, let's get this out of the way. And have my Lost Lagoon card base. Oh, I did pull out. That's right. I pulled out. This is a soft succulent marker because I thought I might want to do some splatters on the background of this. So I do need my scrap paper back. If you've forgotten how we do this, if you just use the brush end of your markers and the inside of your cap and flick the brush onto your paper, you'll get some little splatters. And that just kind of gives you a little interest there. There's our pretty background card base. Don't know. Oh, my fingers are so dry. Where did my... Oh, this is the label then that is in the die set that was with this. Here's my Blessed. I stamped it out. I stamped it and die cut this one with the stitched nested label dies, I believe it's called. Stitch nested label dies. Yep, it was a whole bunch of nested label dies. I just thought it would look pretty in that shape. What else was I? Oh, I had those little leaves. And our little embossed rose. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. That. Those little pieces of paper. I'll get it figured out. Don't worry. Oh, maybe right there. Okay. Yay. Okay. This is wanting to curl up, and I don't want it to curl. Uncurl, Earl. There. Now you're stuck there. Wowzers. Okay, I'm getting there. And now that end's stuck. Okay, can you fight me anymore? Where'd that other little leafy go? I think so. Okay. Now, can she do this without messing up? This vellum This is not Stampin' Up! Vellum. This is just some parchment vellum that I got, in case I didn't mention it because I don't remember, at, I don't know where I got it. You can get it in any stationery store, I believe. I'm going to try to put this on with a glue stick, only because, you know, vellum shows adhesive. And I was just going to say, and this has so many little pieces that I'm afraid my petals will tear. Not pieces, but little parts sticking out. I'm not always a glue stick person, but sometimes with vellum it does work pretty well. And I want it towards the top of this. And that purple does dry clear. Aww, it also moves. Okay, down, down, down. Then I think I will put this onto my card base next. It's going to be a little sticky until that glue stick dries. And then let's start working from the top down on this other bit so that everything stays where it's supposed to stay. If we can get Blessed onto the background, that'll be a good start, right? And we're going to lay this flat on the card. Sorry, I know I'm going off on the bottom here a little bit. You come out for right now. I don't know how far over I can go without going off the edge of my card. To about there. Like my measuring? To about there. Okay, I think I got this now. Let's get this on to our card base. I was going to say, what's all over the back of it? That's something I dropped. And then I think we'll put a foam dimensional on the back of this. Let's see, I should have some out left from the other night. Oh, no, not that one. That's a sheet. I want a whole sheet. The only problem with coming back from the classes, oh, please, please, whew, I hit the cord. I have all my leftover card bases and stuff here that we didn't use. So now they're all sitting here on my table, and I'm going to have to figure out something to make with them so that those don't go to waste.